Hey there, YTPC, New Jersey Piper Ben here, coming to you guys from the home office. I'm going to crack open a tin of tobacco I bought a couple of months ago and check it out. So this evening's selection is Smoker's Haven Exotic Mixture. And let me get some light on for you guys so we can get a nice look at the tobacco herein. So there you go. Let's see if I can brighten that up a little bit for you. Very fine ribbon cut, so that should burn well. Pull some out and get a yeah, that's pretty got a pretty good bit of moisture to it. So I'm going to set some out. Yeah, I'm going to put this on a 30-minute clock and just feel it after that. It's a very fine ribbon, so it'll probably dry pretty quickly, but that's totally fine. I think you know, anywhere 30 to 45 minutes, this is going to be good to go. And just doing some reading about this particular mixture. This is Virginia Oriental's Latakia, and sorry for the jumping. I had to go back and confirm something. So it was just Turkish / Oriental, so Turkish Orientals basically. And this is manufactured by Germain. And this was basically the Balkan Sobrani 759. And what's kind of neat about that is I've got Sutliff's Balkan Sobrani 759 match that I've had since September. It's one of the first tobaccos I ever bought. So I'm actually going to do a quick smell that really quickly and compare the two. They're similar, but I'm getting a much richer aroma out of this. I'm getting almost a hint of almost a black licorice note on this tin. Do one more quick hit. And obviously the Latakia is definitely present, but on this one it's I'd say the Latakia is less pronounced in here, and I'm getting more Virginia in here than I am in the exotic. From a Latakia Virginia comparison, I'm getting more forward Latakia in the exotic. Yep. All right. So I'm gonna let that dry, and I will be back to smoke with you guys. All right. Let's see if we can get this pipe lit. Got the Blakemore pot. That fine ribbon cut burns so well. Just right off the bat, that's a super smooth, nice and rich Balkan blend. Nice and flavorful. So the bearded Briarman, host of the Full Dottle, fantastic new channel, by the way. Very well put together channel. Very interesting subject matter. Yeah, the Full Dottle, FULLDOTTLE. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already, but I know his channel's been making the rounds here lately, as it should be. It's a fantastic channel. But he mentioned how he liked my profile picture. And surprised it actually took this long for somebody to call it out. But they're so small. I mean, I don't even know if anybody even noticed what it was, but it's basically Bill Murray, but he's painted to look like an old style general. So I had to look this up because I just got curious because I kept seeing these things popping up in different places. I saw a version of Jimi Hendrix in Seattle in a hotel. So I was like, who's doing this? So there's an artist called Steve Payne. And just a step back, there was an artist called George Daw that painted like 329 Russian generals during the time of the Napoleonic Wars. And they all kind of had the same style and vibe to them. So he takes those paintings and superimposes recognizable people into them, their faces. So obviously he did one of Bill Murray that you may or may not have seen, but I just love the image because I love Bill Murray. I'm wearing a Bill Murray shirt, sort of an artist's rendering of his character from The Life Aquatic. But yeah, I mean, Bill Murray's one of those guys that more than anybody I can think of has figured out how to live life. They've made documentaries about his exploits, and just, I guess it's just a combination of being laid back and just living in the moment. But I think one of my favorite stories, because like he likes to just interact with strangers, because he's so famous, everybody knows who he is. But I think one of my favorite stories that honestly was one of the inspirations for somebody actually making the documentary was apparently somebody was like eating in an airport or something, or maybe just at a restaurant, I don't know. And Bill Murray just like kind of appeared over his shoulder, reached over and stole a French fry, and then whispered in his ear, "No one will ever believe you." That's amazing, you know. And it is obvious the stories like he'll go into a bar and just go behind the bar and start bartending. He'll start taking people's drink orders and making them whatever he wants to. Obviously not what they ordered, but whatever he wants to make. So yeah, pretty legendary stuff there. Absolutely beautiful day here. It got warm. Got out and cut the grass. Grass had gotten pretty long because we got a lot of rain this past week, so the grass is just growing like crazy, even though it really hasn't been that warm. It's the warmest it's been today in quite some time, so the neighborhood is abuzz. And people out walking and doing yard work, etc., etc. So that's one thing about those fine ribbon cut tobaccos. Give them plenty of drying time, and they burn just so easily. Very easy to keep lit, which is nice. It's never fun when you have to fight with the tobacco to keep it lit. But I'll tack on at the end of this video. There's I was looking out my kitchen window yesterday, and the family of deer that live in my backyard and my neighbor's backyard just came kind of strolling into the yard and making the rounds. But they're back there all the time. I see them back there sleeping, and they'll bed down in the yard for the night. And they just spend a ton of time, and again, in my yard and my neighbor's yard, just kind of walking back and forth, eating bushes and whatnot. So it's pretty cool to see them. But yeah, I just kind of saw them back there yesterday and decided to grab my phone and take some quick video. But yeah, I'll tack that onto the end of this if you want to check out some cool North Jersey neighborhood deer. Smoker's Haven Exotic mixture, very smooth Balkan blend, very flavorful. That fine ribbon cut burns so nicely. Maybe eventually I'll compare it to the Sutliff Match version and maybe do a comparison video since I have it. I mean, why not? See what's going on there. But yeah, good stuff. And your sort of accessible way to get Balkan Sobrani 759. I've got the best blend from Smoker's Haven too, which is basically the same thing as the original Balkan Sobrani. So I'll try that and shoot a video eventually as well. Okay, I hope you guys are continuing to have a fantastic weekend. As usual, be excellent to one another. Take care. Well, I guess these guys just woke up and decided to come pee in my yard.